I'm Jess Steele, and I decided to do my vlog about the Maze Runner series, more specifically the main character, as it combines the idea of trickster mentality and the hero's journey. While the series doesn't fall into the typical realm of mythology, it still presents multiple aspects that we've been discussing in class, including the importance of trickster characters. Trickster characters are arguably one of the most important roles in many stories, and they're especially important when they are also the protagonist or problem solver. In the book The Maze Runner by James Dashner, a few dozen teenage boys find themselves trapped in the center of a consistently changing and frankly dangerous maze. The maze and society found within it are testing facilities that track brain activity in order to cure a worldwide pandemic called the Flare. Researchers in an organization called Wicked create the maze as a simulation to study children that are immune to the disease, and they use relatively inhumane tactics to do so, many of which end in death. Each month, a new member is thrown into their society with a wiped memory and no knowledge of why they're there, or what put them there. The story's main character is a boy named Thomas, who's thrown into a relatively developed society within the maze, and he immediately feels as though there is more to his purpose than simple survival. This pushes him to throw off the established balance within the maze, as he consistently pushes the limits and breaks the rules. As the plot continues, Thomas comes to a point of enlightenment when he remembers that he worked for the organization Wicked and realizes just how horrible their research tactics are. With this, he helps the boys in the maze escape and becomes the ideal hero protagonist of the story. Thomas can be seen as one of the tricksters within this storyline, as he was originally part of the antagonist group that was tested his later friends. This allows Thomas to become an in-depth character that is able to fully maximize the purpose of a hero's journey. Not only did he overcome a path that was supposed to be set in stone, but he was able to flip it around and fight for something that called his being into action. Quoting page 214 from our textbook, the trickster is a hero who brings two worlds together and gains inspiration and power from being on the margins of each. Because they are not completely invested in either of the societies they belong to, tricksters are able to disregard the morals and standards of both and have to behave in ways that would be considered improper or unacceptable in either. I think this story is relevant in today's society in more ways than one. Relating it to college life, we all find ourselves in a worldwide pandemic, and sometimes it can feel like we're in a simulation or test rats for a larger development. Along with this, we all go through periods in our lives where we find ourselves feeling lost or distant. We may even feel like we are the bad guys in some of our daily roles. What I take away from this is that we have to realize that it's all part of our hero's journey, and we are all still heroes in the making, despite the harshness that gets thrown at us. To conclude, I would like to present the question, why does it create a more powerful and heroic story if their hero themselves is both good and bad? Can you think of any other examples within media that portray this? Thank you for watching. All of these images came from Google Images, and my quote came from our textbook by Theory and Divinity.